Hey guys, alright, well I just recorded this video and right when I was saving it, the program that I captured this with crashed, so I'm going to do the same video over again. So today, I was going to go over plugins, well I already did, I'm going to go over plugins that I use kind of often, go over why, and maybe show you some uses. It's going to be kind of short, maybe 10-15 minutes, might be a little bit quicker than the last one just because I'm doing this for a second time now. So I'll kind of just jump into this. I was going to go into like the audio units first, the things that I use kind of fairly often, and then I was going to go into third-party stuff. I might get sidetracked and I might do something else, but we'll see how it goes. So as far as like effects-based stuff that I use quite often, I use a simple delay, ping pong delay. Yeah, as far as like time-based effects for the native stuff, that's kind of mainly what I use. I do use other stuff too. Why don't we go ahead and open, we'll just bring in an instrument because we're going to need that. And so we can go in, kind of see. So I really like the ping pong delay a lot, and I like simple delay, and on Spectrum, simple delay. I use these a lot for just kind of creating atmosphere because a lot of my music's really spacey and kind of weird. So I really like, I even just use half the time I just throw the simple delay on here, turn up the feedback, maybe turn on dry wet a little bit, and that's all I do, and I leave the settings as is. So that's what I use those for. Another plugin that I'm a big fan of, and I use Redux a lot because I really like the downsampling on it. It kind of creates an extra layer on your sound. If you kind of listen. And it almost sounds like it's on top, which is really cool. I like that a lot. So I use that Redux very often actually on stuff. If I really want it to stick out of the mix too, and it kind of gets a little bit lost, if you tack that on, it'll kind of add a different layer of sheen to it, and it really will draw the ear in a bit. So I use that quite a bit. I wasn't really going to go over, I guess, I use the auto filter a lot. Oh, man, even in the other video, I forgot these things. I use the auto pan and the auto filter a lot. I really like the LFO on it too because it allows your sound. You can kind of make it spin around the track. And then I use auto pan a lot on top. I might even add it in. I might sometimes even double it. Like I'll do something like this. I'll do it slightly, like subtle, and then it gives it a little more movement, but then I'll use it for like a bigger amount, and then I'll also kind of set the phase off a little bit so it kind of spins. Let's see. So essentially, they kind of like when you add these together, and if you set it up right, sometimes it actually, rather than just kind of turn up on one side and turn down on the other, it kind of actually almost spins around your head a little bit, but you really only hear it when you're wearing headphones. So it's pretty cool, something to play with. Other stuff, audio effects racks. This does not come with live, but you can make it very easily. This creates spatial width and depth. I've used this many times in many videos. I'm sure you've seen it. It's basically just, if you get an audio rack, a device rack, you're going to make a chain, and you're going to have one pan all the way to the left, one all the way to the right. I don't think it doesn't really matter what you put this on. It's only going to go on one, and one of the chains is going to have a simple delay with everything linked, 100% wet, no feedback, and you're going to go down to time, and you're going to go anywhere between like 0 and 24 milliseconds. And that kind of creates spatial depth with sounds without actually hearing the audible delay. So it'll kind of move things out of the center of your track, so you can kind of keep things in the center like the bass and then push out stuff to the side by using this. So kind of creates a hole in the middle. So that kind of goes over for everything else. I use the glue compressor a lot just to go over some dynamic stuff. I do use the glue compressor a lot. That's by Cytomic. But this one's made specifically for Ableton Live. This is based off an SSL bus compressor. If you bought this and don't have the suite, you could buy the Cytomic's glue compressor version. It's like $100 for this specific, just this compressor. So I would say that's it for that. Yeah, I use the compressor and the EQ obviously, but not. You're gonna use that on almost everything, so I don't really need to go over that. Okay, so on to the not free stuff. I use Native Instruments Guitar Rig a lot. I love this thing. I'm sure you've seen it if you watched my other videos too. You get really cool stuff out of this thing, and my favorite plugin. No, my favorite preset is Psychotica. So that is like I use this on so much stuff. I love it. It's awesome. Anytime I have something that's cool but not cool enough, I'll just be like, I throw it on and see what I can get out of it, and I'll start just scrolling through presets. I really do like this one a lot. I use it quite often. Actually, for a lot of like the ethereal background stuff, I'll slap that on there, and I just really like how the LFOs come up. It has like a very psychedelic kind of 70s rock sound effect to it, so I'm a big fan of that. Other go-tos, so we can get into waves. I got this recently, and some of them I use quite a bit, some of them I haven't really gotten into yet, but I do use, let's see if we go through, I use the H delay a lot. It's like the hybrid delay by Waves, and I'm a big fan of the tape delay and dub delay settings. I use the tape delay a lot on vocals. It's pretty awesome. And then going through this as well, one knob pumper stereo. This thing you can pick up when it's on sale for like $40 or something, I think, from Waves, maybe even cheaper if you go to wavesuniverse.com. If you live in the US, I think only you can go to wavesuniverse.com. I don't think they do it anywhere else besides the US, but you can actually get Wave stuff through them for cheaper, even when it's on sale from Waves. Like I got the gold bundle from them for $230, where I think on Waves it was like $350 or $370, and it's still through Waves. They get you the Waves license, and then you go download everything through Waves and sign up through them too. I think they just have some kind of agreement in the US. I don't know how or why, but it's another way to get Wave stuff for cheaper than going to the actual Wave site. So that's one thing. This pumper you can get for cheap when it goes on sale. They have a whole series of this. I only have the pumper. I picked it up for free because they gave it away at one point. So that's how I have this, because it doesn't come with the gold bundle that I have. It's basically just an LFO tool, and if you have a 4-on-the-floor kick, you can just use this instead of a compressor to sidechain, and you can freeze it, where you can't freeze a compressor that's sidechaining in live. You have to usually put it to a group or something and put the sidechain compressor on the group and then freeze the track. So that's really nice about this too. So going down, I use the Renaissance reverb a lot. This is a beautiful reverb by Waves. Big fan. They all know what reverb is, so that's kind of like my go-to reverb these days. The S1 Imager, I use this sometimes. This is the same as like the other tool is the stereo tool, but different. I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, you're gonna use this to widen out sounds. So the stereo tool is pretty awesome. Use that quite a bit. And then towards the bottom here, I really love the V series. This is based off the Neve consoles, and this is emulating their EQs. This EQ sounds great. I use it a lot. a lot lately. I just put it on things and then scroll through presets and see what'll make it sound better. I mean, I just love how everything comes out after you use that thing. So take some of these off, keep the CPU down. Going. Okay, also that kind of goes through the audio units at least. Let's see, do I use anything? Oh, audio damage. Yes, I went through this earlier, but again, it wasn't. This is free. Audio damage. The guys, I live in Phoenix. These guys actually are from Phoenix as well. My friend is good friends with them, and he just came out with this plugin, and I was surprised that it was free because this is one of the best distortion plugins I've ever used. I love this thing. So just to show you. Well, it also just came out, so it might still have bugs, but that thing's awesome. Audiodamage.com. Go pick it up. It's free. Fucking amazing distortion plugin. So I've been using that a lot as well. I guess that's pretty much it to go. I think that's everything I went over last time. As far as like synths I use Silent. Anna's Sonic Academy's Anna synth I use quite a bit. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I like this a lot. This is a great synth. It's not too expensive either. Their kick is amazing. This is like only $40. I would highly recommend this. Great sounding kicks on this thing. So definitely get that if you are looking for a kick synth. I don't think there's anything else that can even compete with it. It's so beyond everything, any other type of kick synth, I think, personally. Yeah, I think we can call it for that. So yeah, I just wanted to do a video, show you what I use, kind of what I'm using it for. And also this, I went over this in the other video. I don't really use this a lot, but I'm going to start now. I'm pretty sure this is free. I got it for free on their site. I don't know if it's just like a limited time. It might not be free now, but they had it up for free at some point. And the saturation plugin sounds great. And I need to put this on a kick drum now. Okay, that's awesome. Wow, okay, yeah, you might want to pick that up. You could really get some more interesting gritty kick drums using this thing. I'm going to note this down. Cool. All right, well, I guess that's it for this video. So hopefully this helped. Maybe you might try some new things out, or you might even pick up some of these plugins. They're pretty awesome. A lot of the ones I showed you I use very regularly. So if you have any questions about any of these, if you've been looking into getting some of them, leave a comment. I can answer the best of my abilities, obviously. And let me see where it goes. All right, well, hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.